Alaska. It's one of those bucket list destinations that's pretty much larger than life, from its giant glaciers to its legendary wildlife. For the last several weeks, we've been documenting our cruise journey through Alaska. But we realize that some of you may have missed a port or two because they've been embedded in our larger Villa V discussion videos.
So we talked about it and we said, what if we could do the definitive Alaska video? And that's what we're sharing with you today. This is all the nature, all the wildlife, all the beautiful things that we experienced in Alaska in one video, port by port. So today we're sharing with you the definitive Alaska cruise video.
Our Alaskan adventure kicked off in Ketchikan, a town bustling with life and known for its famous street over a creek. Now, since this was our very first port, it immediately got us thinking about the importance of timing your trip to Alaska in order to get the very best experience out of it.
And our first tip is all about that timing. We went to Ketchikan in July, in the heart of the summer, and we loved it. Now, you can also go in shoulder season like May or September and still have a great experience, but we loved it in July.
We're in Ketchikan, Alaska, a charming city on the coast and a major cruise port. It's known as the salmon capital of the world and also as the rain capital of Alaska. But fortunately, there's no rain in the forecast today, and the temperature's perfect, so we're gonna take a walk. They call this the first city, and it's our first taste of the wild Alaskan beauty we've been hoping to see. Right at the cruise terminal, the waterfront is a hub of colorful shops. But as captivating as the shops are, we are drawn to a place with a very unique story. A short walk from the docks and you find yourself at Creek Street. We brought out our trusty Insta 360-degree camera to capture all the great shots from every angle. This isn't your typical main street. The entire street is a boardwalk built on pilings directly over Ketchikan Creek. In its heyday, this was the town's infamous red light district. The story goes that during Prohibition, bootleggers would row their boats right up under the houses at high tide to make their deliveries through trapdoors in the floor. There's a real sense of walking through history. Imagine a time when this lively creek was where, as the saying goes, both fishermen and fish came upstream to spawn. And the nature here is just breathtaking, perched high above us as if watching over the town was a bald eagle. Our walk continued up the creek, leading us to the salmon ladder. We weren't the only ones watching the water. We spotted a local resident, rod in hand, trying his luck.
So after trying to get to Alaska for all these years, we have made it to Ketchikan, and it's really kind of a neat experience. You can see that's our ship over there. We had a prime spot here. We literally walked off the ship and saw the famous Ketchikan sign. We had a lot of fun. It's a little touristy for sure, but today we actually got to see the salmon ladder where the salmon all go and run upstream and that kind of thing when they're spawning. We also saw a bald eagle that was just amazing. It was so neat to be that close to the eagle. So overall, we've really enjoyed our time here today. We were originally, many years ago, supposed to come to Alaska on that big Holland America ship over there because Holland America does Alaska really well. But we instead, as you know, came on that one back there, and we're really glad we did. If you compare the size, there's just no comparison. Holland America does supposed to do Alaska really well, but we're really loving doing Alaska from home, which is pretty cool.
Our next stop was Wrangell. Now, this felt completely different, less of a tourist town and more of a real working community. Now, for experienced travelers, this is where you need to be selective in the excursions you take. Many can feel pretty average, but at least Wrangell can act as a gateway to some truly world-class wildlife viewing experiences.
And that's our next tip. If you do your research and you find that you want to do something special, you may have to probably pay for it. It may be expensive, but we really encourage you to go ahead and book it. Really special tours that are these once-in-a-lifetime things, book up months or maybe even a year in advance because there are permits required. So if you see it and you want it, book it. We are in Wrangell, Alaska, and it is a very small town, and we've had such a nice time exploring it today. Unlike a lot of places, this is small town USA. It's very authentic. There's a few shops in town. Nothing looked like it was made overseas. It all looked authentic, and a lot of businesses just serving the people who live here. Grocery stores, hardware stores, bars, and gift shops, and that kind of stuff. So we've had a really good time exploring it in this great setting. It's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's very comfortable. And right now we're at Chief Shake's log house, which is where they have a lot of the traditions that they celebrate here. Over here, there are some totem poles, which are really cool to see and totally authentic. And then if you look over here, you'll see this small harbor with all the boats and all the things surrounding it. This is a working place, and it's really neat to get to explore it, again, against the backdrop of these mountains and all these beautiful trees.
A lot of you ask how we manage walking for hours in every port. Honestly, it's our Hoka Bondi shoes. They're great for all-day comfort on our feet. Icy Strait Point is a unique stop. It is privately owned and built specifically for cruise ships. This makes it incredibly accessible, which also brings us to our next point about how you should spend your time in port.
That's right. Unlike Wrangell, where we really recommend if you find a tour that you book it, in Icy Strait and other places, you don't have to book a tour. Just get off the ship, wander around. It's easy to do, and you'll have an amazing time.
We're in Icy Strait Point, Alaska, and as you can see, we're surrounded by beauty. There is this nature trail going that way, so we're gonna take that trail and look around and see if we can spot any wildlife, or we actually heard that there's a whale that's kind of circling around the coast, so we're gonna see if we can spot her. You know, when we were planning to come to Alaska, we were just a little bit scared that we might be disappointed, that it wouldn't live up to the hype, but it really does. It's some of the most spectacular scenery we've seen since Norway and before. It's really, really amazing.
We are having so much fun on this trail in Icy Strait, Alaska, Juneau, Alaska. And it's neat because we're kind of out here by ourselves right now, and these trees are so tall and so beautiful. It's a really neat, serene, different experience. It's been a long time since we've been in this kind of nature, and we're absolutely loving it.
Juneau, Alaska is a fascinating puzzle. It is the state capital, but it is also completely cut off by roads. This logistical problem brings us to our next tip that hits this head on. Consider renting a car. It completely changes the psychology of the trip. You move from being a passive passenger on a tour to being an active explorer.
That's right. You know, from a strategic perspective, renting a car gives you priceless freedom. So, for example, we could go visit the Mendenhall Glacier on our own terms, in our own schedule, without having to worry about a tour bus or when it was leaving or when it came back, that kind of thing. Also, if you crunch the numbers, it can actually be cheaper to rent a car with some friends than buying multiple tour tickets on a bus.
Hello, Ida. Go DC Hidden Gems. Yeah.
From Juneau.
From Juneau, Alaska.
We're in Juneau and we finally got off the ship. We had to tender today and I've got a new friend here. We're actually here with friends and we're gonna rent a car today, which is a super cool thing to do. We are going to explore all over and not take the bus because we're going to have our own car. They've told us everywhere to go and it gets us off the beaten path and a little bit away from some of the crowds. There are several cruise ships here today, but the best part of this so far has been these gorgeous animals. They're absolutely beautiful. They've got the most beautiful eyes you've ever seen, and it's been a while since we've interacted with a dog up close, and it's been a great day so far. So here's the car we're going to have for the day. We're super excited. We can definitely see it from a long way. As you can see, it's this cool blue color. Andrew's going to drive, which is great because we don't have to, and we're city people and don't do it that much. But we want to give a big shout out to Isaac. Isaac's the guy that we met when we first got on, and he had actually seen the channel and was so excited. We were so excited and loved his energy, and we thank you so much, Isaac, for being part of our community and for letting us get this great gig in Juneau.
Look for Isaac at the cruise port.
Look for Isaac in Juneau. Bye.
We've made it to Mendenhall Glacier, and it was pretty easy to get here. Fortunately, Mendenhall Glacier is one of the few glaciers that you can easily get to from a road. So we just drove right up to the visitor center, and it's just a short walk down a trail to get to both the glacier that you can see up close, and then you can also see Nugget Falls, which is just right here. It's really spectacular. We're in for some real luck today because we're seeing something that I had hoped we would see. Every now and again, a piece of the Mendenhall Glacier breaks off and floats into the lake, creating an iceberg in the middle of this small lake, and you can see it there.
So when you're lucky enough to explore around Alaska with your friends in a rental car, you can do things like this. We just pulled off the side of the road and you can see behind me Eagle Beach, which is a beach. But what's making it so cool for us today is we are here literally by ourselves. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is where the oceans and the rivers come together against this majestic backdrop of these mountains and the snow. It's like in the 50 degrees Fahrenheit here, so it's very comfortable, but you're looking at these snow-capped peaks. You're out here by yourself in this almost perfectly clean air, and it's just so cool. When you get off the bus and you get off the tours, it's kind of fun to explore this way, and we're loving it. So our friends Andrew and Carolyn just told us about these. They went on a tour yesterday and they saw these with their guide. They're called salmon berries, and it's because they look like salmon roe. And we just ate them, and they're really good. They're incredibly tart, but we're here at Eagles Beach and just found these along the way. It's very cool, the stuff you see out here in nature, and we just tried them and they're great.
We have literally reached the end of the road. There's pretty much only one road that goes through Juneau from this end to this end. And when you rent a car, you have the option to drive all the way to the end, and that's what we've done. So you see it ends here, literally, but there is a steep little trail that goes down to a beachhead. So we're gonna take that, but we're gonna end it here. After visiting a series of quaint coastal towns, arriving in the major city of Anchorage felt like entering a different world, but it gives you a chance to explore the modern side of the state.
And that is our tip. Anchorage is incredibly well connected by air, of course, by rail, by cars. So it really can be a strategic hub for you to go explore a lot of different things. So this is an opportunity to do things you can't do from the water. If it's going up and down the roads, just looking at the beautiful scenery, or if it's doing some shopping like we did.
In addition to picking up our items from the UPS Amazon delivery drop-off, we've also had the opportunity to just go wild and visit a lot of stores throughout Anchorage, including Costco, which is like our Disneyland. It may be time for me to upgrade my Insta360 camera. This is the X5. Pretty nice, and it's on sale. Some of Alaska's most profound moments don't happen in port at all. Our day cruising towards the Hubbard Glacier was an incredible day. From seeing the icebergs go by to hearing the thunder of the ice cracking, it was all incredibly exciting.
It really was, I gotta tell you. And our tip here is you don't have to book anything. You just have to really think about how you want to have this experience. We recommend you get up early and find your spot on the deck that works for you, because the approach to the glacier is just as amazing as the glacier itself. So don't get there for just the last 30 minutes. So if you want to know a little bit about our life on Villa Vie and why we bought this cabin with this balcony, check out behind me. This is the Hubbard Glacier. We've been here this morning and had such an amazing time. As you can see, I got up a little early and hadn't showered yet, but we're standing now on our own personal balcony, and that's the Hubbard Glacier. We have had the best time exploring this. We have seen so many cool things, and you can maybe tell it's pretty temperate. So it's July, and maybe it's in the 50s right now. It's very, very, very comfortable, very crisp and clear. We've seen a seaborne ship and some other kind of expedition vessels out here, but we got incredibly close, and now we're kind of exiting out, and we get this view from our private balcony. We brought our Nikon Monarch binoculars with us, and what a difference. Talk about seeing stuff up close. This puts you right in the action, and I feel like I'm over there on the glacier. As you can see right now, the ship is actually turning. This thing is gorgeous, and we didn't know if we get this close because of course there's always ice in different conditions, but the captain got us really close. As you get in here, you can see the ice like coming off the cliff. They call it shedding. I think the glacier is shedding, where it's actually falling into the water, and it's crazy because it also gives you a sound afterwards. It's kind of like thunder, and you can get so close you can actually see the waterfalls, the seals, and all the wildlife around here, and it's absolutely amazing. This is really traveling. This is special because the Odyssey got permission to get this close. I don't know if you can tell, but we are right here and we can see and hear everything. It's like this thunder that happens and then it calves, and it is incredible. I cannot believe we're this close. The glacier is actually above us because we're so close to it. And this is one of those things you can't get just everywhere. We got special permission. Of course, being a smaller ship, it allows us to do this. And this is a really incredible and special experience.
Homer, Alaska felt like we reached the creative, quirky end of the continent. It has this wonderful end-of-the-road vibe.
It really does. And that's why our tip for Homer is a plan is not necessary. Have no plan, because just walking around is your best bet. Explore the spit, explore the art scene, the food and the shops, and you will have a great time. Over-planning may make you miss the best parts. We are in Homer, Alaska, and we are so happy to be on land. We have been on sea days and cruising and seeing so much of beautiful Alaska for days and days and days, and now we are here in Homer. It's a beautiful place, and as you can see, it's not that cool. It's actually crisp and nice, and Homer is kind of this very long peninsula they call the Split. So we're going to go walk. It's supposed to have some amazing mountain views and all of these great things to see. We're excited to go explore. We're excited to have our feet on land. And right now, I'm a little excited because there's a lot of birds around here and I want to move before I get,
It's the perfect place to get a feel for a classic Alaskan fishing town. The Spit itself has a fascinating history, a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of the people who settled here. It's a place where you can feel the spirit of the last frontier, where hard-working fishermen and artists live side by side, and where the raw beauty of the landscape is a constant presence. We walked along the beach, taking in the incredible views of the mountains across the bay, and soaked up the unique atmosphere. We've been walking along the Homer Spit, which is this miles-long peninsula that runs from downtown Homer all the way to the port, which is where the Odyssey is docked today. There's lots of great little shops and restaurants with the freshest fish and oysters and mussels you could possibly get. And we're stopped here in front of the Salty Dog, which is this historic spot on the Spit. It's been here for many, many years. It's this historic bar where all of the fishermen go to have a beer at the end of a great day of fishing. And after 2 full days of exploring Homer and the Spit, it's clear that the residential cruise life on the Vie Odyssey gave us a gift we wouldn't have had otherwise: time. Time to walk every part of the beach, time to talk to the locals, and time to truly feel the spirit of this incredible place. We're not just passing through, we're living the adventure. Our final Alaskan port, Kodiak, felt like we'd reached the rugged final chapter. The island is stunningly green and has a deep connection to the environment and a sense of wildness thanks to its famous brown bears.
This is a really unique experience, so expect it to be so. It has its own ecology and its own vibe. So we really recommend renting a car so you can explore. Don't expect inside passage, but do expect a great rugged experience. This is cool. We are on Kodiak Island. It's in the mid-50s with gorgeous sunshine today. We're so lucky. We've just made it in on a tender. And back here, that's Debbie, and that's Debbie's Tahoe. We have rented Debbie's Tahoe for the day, and we're going to be driving around and exploring Kodiak Island. We're even going to go to Walmart in Kodiak, so we've got a big adventure planned today with our good friends, and we're so excited to be here. Hey everybody, this is Debbie from Debbie's Tahoe that we're renting today. This is her gorgeous home. We're about to head out for the day, and I wanted to let Debbie say hello to everybody.
Hi everyone.
So Debbie, what do? You rent Tahoes here on Kodiak, right?
Yeah, I rent vehicles and I have a couple of VRBOs, so people come and stay.
Oh.
People that come, and typically groups of guys that come up fishing, they stay in my downstairs. I have a VRBO down here. It's called Oceanside Retreat, actually.
Oceanside Retreat in Kodiak. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're super happy to be here. She is a doll. She just drove us here. We're about to head out for the day. And so, Debbie, if anybody wants to come to Kodiak, they should get in touch with you.
They should get in touch with me.
All right. Good seeing you.
All right.
Thanks,
have a great
Debbie.
time, guys.
You too. When you come to Alaska, if you're living on a cruise ship, one of the things you pay a lot of attention to is where's the Walmart. And so far, we've had our quick share of Walmarts here. We bought a refrigerator, we returned it, and today we got another one after we returned it. So hopefully second time's the charm. One of the things you really get to see as you travel around places like this and you do things like go to Walmart is see the real life here. You meet some wonderful people. We met some great folks here this morning, and it's pretty much kind of a cool thing to really show you what real local traveling's about.
We're in a very special part of the world right now. We're in Kodiak, Alaska. It's one of the largest islands in the country, and it's a very special part of Alaska. It's filled with hills and streams, and we can see all of the people doing their fly fishing. It's been an amazing trip.
It really has. We're out with our friends and we've rented a car and we've been just driving around. We're exploring the island here, and we've just pulled off to the side. And this really, really feels like what you expect Alaska to be like. Now, it's like 60 degrees, as you can see. We're very comfortable. We have spent weeks now in Alaska.
And this is our last port in Alaska.
It's our last one, and it's really good. I gotta say, and it's a variety of things. We've seen so many different things.
Can we count how many bald eagles we've seen? How many whales we've seen? Seals?
Easy, yeah. We just saw some deer coming in. We've got bear spray with us because bears are out here. We haven't seen one yet. You're gonna need to rent a car and explore it on your own, beyond a cruise port, beyond a tour. We really recommend it. It's nice having friends that like to drive.
Yeah.
And we've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, Alaska.
Thank you, Alaska.
Thank you.
We've made an unexpected discovery here in Kodiak, Alaska. Apparently, it is the location of the Pacific Complex Alaska version of Space Force, the U.S. Defense Command Department. It's located here. There's a lot of missile silos and other things located in this area, scientific discovery, research centers, etc. And you can see, in fact, here is an old decommissioned missile that they've placed here. It's really unexpected, but really interesting. If the Hidden Gems channel goes offline mysteriously, you'll understand why. It's due to the Space Force. They've discovered us. For our next adventure, we head to Fossil Beach. This isn't just a beautiful stretch of coastline, it's a window into the past. We're on the hunt for prehistoric fossils, our journey back in time, one rock at a time. As we reflect on our time in Alaska, we can't help but feel that seeing it this way, from a residential cruise ship, has been an incredibly satisfying experience. We weren't just passing through, we were living here, for a little while anyway, and it gave us the gift of time. More time to explore, more time to connect with the local communities, and more time to simply be in awe of this magnificent place. And that's it, our entire Alaska journey, from the creeks of Ketchikan to the rugged shores of Kodiak.
We hoped you enjoyed seeing them all together here on this video. Is there a port in Alaska that you love? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, we're going around the world. So if you want to keep hearing about all these amazing destinations, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you here. Until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.